You roll with chicky rappers, now we rebuke them. You roll with picky lovers, now we refuse them. You see them city sluggers, yeah, we recruit them. We ain't no blind sheep, so we teach for the movement. Look out for one another. Look in, so you recover. Look out.
Boom! Boom, 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 boom. What's up, everybody? I love this shirt. This is my Blowing Away Cystic Fibrosis shirt. Just in case you're wondering, I'm giving the donation check to the big check. We're printing out a big check like Publishers Clearinghouse to Isla's parents, Dawn and JP. Next week, we'll disclose how much we made. I'm very happy with the amount raised. And also this month, remember, all sales of Isotory through TigerFitness.com goes towards cystic fibrosis. We have another company doing it next month. So it's a cause that we are behind for the rest of eternity until we sell the company or go out of business. Hopefully neither of those happen anytime soon. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to... I spent the weekend with Paul Revelia. And I'm going to annotate his video up on top of our weekend together. What a blast we had with Van Bra, with Clay, with Kent Beerley. Just an amazing, amazing time. Let me make sure I turn this ringer off, guys. I get a lot of calls. Okay. This is by no means an extensive list. There's 3 people that I've spoken to in the past month that I realize they haven't changed over the years, that they've remained ethical, they've remained loyal, they've remained upstanding citizens and upstanding members and who make the fitness community great. And I just want to kind of highlight those guys, and I'll highlight other people throughout this channel, but I want you guys to know, if you're going to follow channels, these are 3 people I recommend you follow. I recommend you emulate them. I recommend you follow them on Facebook. I recommend you Twitter, whatever you do, follow them on Twitter. Look at their Instagrams, whatever you can do. These are 3 people I stand behind because they're just good people. And that is Layne Norton, Paul Revelia, and Ryan Doris. Those are the ones I'm highlighting today. And let me just explain to you my history with all 3 of them. Layne and Paul are tight, dude. They're friends. They live near each other now, and they hang out. And that makes it very convenient to have them as friends and acquaintances and all that goes along with that. Ryan Doris, I have a story about him as well. Now, Layne, he was my first employee, so to speak. I hired him before the 2004 Olympia to work with Civation. Layne is an amazing individual, ethical as all get out, and somehow lately he's gotten this reputation because some people who are jealous of his accomplishments in life, PhD, beautiful wife, beautiful baby, loyalty, sponsorships, jobs, careers. He's probably the foremost sought-after trainer in the industry, one that I'm proud to say I've learned things from. Layne is just honestly probably the most upstanding individual you will ever meet. He will never compromise his morals and ethics, and he does what he thinks is right. Layne is also a lot like me. He doesn't know when to not say something, so he gets in a lot of trouble for speaking his mind. But because Layne thinks what he has to say needs to be heard, and he's a man of conviction, and for that, I think Layne is by far the most upstanding, morally convicted person I've probably ever met in my life, including myself. I think he's at a level above myself, and I tend to hold myself to a high level of at least in my opinion, of ethics. Paul Revelia. Paul I met while at Civation as well. I remember the first time I met him, I just happened to be training at Turkey Lake Road Golds in Orlando. I was on a business trip, ran into him. I swear to God, he's got everything, man. He's tall, good looking, in shape, an IFPA and an NGA Pro, has a beautiful wife now. Paul is just a great guy. Paul's one of those guys that, you know, you could say, he says he's going to do it, and he does it. And the fact that he's so close to Layne shows that, you know, birds of a feather stick together. And Paul has gotten into training people and does a great job, fantastic job. Believe it or not, my brother's first show, his first pro attempt, was against Paul. I still think my brother beat Paul that day. I think it was close. I think it could have been a toss-up. I wasn't sitting at a judge's table. And they have a whole different vantage point. But Paul, since then, he's such a good guy. Such a, you know, there's really nothing you can really say, but he's just a great guy. Someone you can rely on, someone you could trust. And again, see the weekend we had together. You just realize who are good and bad in life. And you realize that this is the good. Ryan Doris. Ryan was actually in that same show Paul kicked my brother's ass at. Ryan was competing as a novice, I believe. And I remember seeing him. Honestly, I didn't even see him compete. I was busy backstage rubbing Dream Tan on my brother's butt. You know, Ryan Doris has a master's degree coming to him in December. Hard worker, loyal, dedicated, just an extremely intelligent thinker. And not only that, he has one of the greatest physiques I've ever seen in bodybuilding and natural bodybuilding. Yes, I'm putting his physique up there with those who are enhanced. Ryan is a freak. And I remember seeing him just standing around when he was a novice, his first show, saying, man, this kid's something. But you know why I hired him and brought him on as an athlete? Is because of his demeanor. Ryan is the epitome of humility and respect and just being cordial, but he gets his point across. Ryan will come out and tell you how he feels, including calling people the B word every once in a while on Facebook. Ryan will state his convictions if he's convicted enough about it. And the thing about Ryan is he's eager to learn. He's one of those who asks questions, but he knows more than he will ever allow you to know he knows. The guy is probably one of the smartest, most intellectual thinkers I've ever met in my life. So, you know what? This is a new kind of thing I'm doing on this channel. You know, let's call it team ethics or whatever. Last time I said I'm going to call a title something I didn't. I got called out on it. But you know what? These are good people. So I am going to annotate above in different, when I talk about the different people, Ryan's channel, Paul's channel, and Layne's channel. I encourage you to subscribe to them and follow them. And also encourage you to see Paul's video linked down below, and I'll put it somewhere in this thing. But I mean, you know, these are just good people, and good people need to stick together. And in this industry, in any industry, in the cosmetic industry, in the medical industry, you have good apples and bad apples. And these are pristine, organic, amazing apples. You know, the kind that you bite into, you're like, man, that's a good apple. All right, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out for the cystic fibrosis video. And having good friends and being loyal to them, that's not a game.
No misery. Unknown misery. Cryptic. You roll with chicky rappers, now we rebuke them. You roll with picky lovers, now we refuse them. You see them city sluggers, yeah, we recruit them. We ain't no blind sheep, so we